His career win total at 347. Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
On first down, Elam. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Everyone, front. Mike 51. Mike 51. Focus, defense, focus. Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51.
2nd and 2. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
51. Mike 51. Here we go. 51 to Mike.
From the gun, Elam. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Keep it up, guys. Mike 50, Mike 50. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me.
Throwing on first down. Elam. He's got Fuller. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Get in the weight room.
2nd and 10. Going left side, it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 25-yard line. This is Sony Michel. He grew up a few miles north of here. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Big stop, let's go. Check it back, check it back. Check 15, check 15. Check.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Set 50, plant. Roll out.
He'll drop to throw to Michel on the screen. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Sony Michel, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Elam. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. They went right back to him there, figuring one big play deserves another. You think maybe he called for it and said, hey, give me the ball again?
I think a lot of people operate under the whole idea of if they haven't stopped it, go until they do. You go right back at a guy because maybe his confidence might not be as high. In this case, he responded well.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. On 1st and 10, Elam. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. In for the score as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Got it.
The Browns drive about to get started, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
On second down, Michelle. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. These two teams all tied after one.
We play to win. Let's go.
We go. 15 line. 15 line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Back to throw now on second and 10. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. They'll drop the throw. This pass complete to Higgins. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with it?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
56 to Mike.
From the gun, Elam. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
56 to Mike, boy. 56. Check 56. Watch the flag. Watch the flag.
Off the play fake. Elam. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
Come on, set. Ain't together. It's our field. Let's go. Come on. It's our house. Switch.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Elam. And he's going to go down again. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
36-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Man, I got you.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. DJ Chark, 81 yards. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 14-10. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. 2nd and 14. Open man is Higgins. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. It's just taken around the 12.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal.
He's got him in, complete. It's a big play there for Miami. 56 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
Go, Mike 51, Mike 51.
On 1st down, Elam. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Elam. And this one into the hands of DJ Sharp. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 24 yards. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Back to throw. Elam. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Come on, come on.
Looking to throw. Elam. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 10 yards out, the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. So after the face mask, they get to start all the way up past the 35 now. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the play.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
From the gun on third down, Elam. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The Browns drive about to get started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or do you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Alpha.
2nd and 6. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Throwing to start the drive. Elam. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Straight pass. Right here, guys.
Throwing on first down. Elam. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
Back to throw. Elam. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he will find his man on the outside. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Charlie.
They'll look to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Elam. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet. Get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They're going to look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll get this down to the 10. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The linebacker, Darius Leonard, applied the heat. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back now in Miami. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Back to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll set up to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still got to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On 1st and 10, Elam gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Buying time to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Let's make these big.
On 1st down, Elam. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, his 2nd sack of the night.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. It doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Here we go. Let's bring it.
To throw on third down. Elam. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Mike 57.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Check me out. Check me out.
Bravo.
57. Mike 57.
Man out.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. The Browns on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, echo.
57 to Mike. Mike 57.
Ready?
Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's go, baby.
Hey, wahoo.
57 to Mike. Mike 57.
Go.
Get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Get it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Elam. He finds his target roll. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Watch the sled.
Hey, 52.
57 to Mike.
2nd and 5. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Go. Now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position.
Watch the screen.
Throwing on first down. Elam. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 2nd and 1. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 13, and they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line.
Hey, hold on. Watch the screen.
Following the fumble recovery, Elam, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. You can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. The quick slant caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley.
Here we go. Here we go.
Looking to throw. Elam. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Now the try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The Browns drive about to get started. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Hey.
52.
Hey, Haywood. Ready?
2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57.
He'll drop to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
He's going to let it fly. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 17. On 1st and 10, Elam. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And fortunately for them, they'll have the early bye next week as they return to action in Week 6. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.